Hello, Mr. Brandon, all the way out in Hawaii. Hello, everybody watching. We appreciate you guys coming on. For anybody that's here, maybe people that will join in. We know it's a weird time. It's a weird day. Mr. Brandon is in Hawaii right now, so we're kind of going on different time frames, and we needed to do a different day just for our own. For our own stuff, I guess. So how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, definitely the time adjustment is it is an adjustment. It's difficult doing several of my other jobs. I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to get to my meetings on time, and then help take care of the baby. It's a challenge, but honestly worth every second. Of course, it's beautiful to be here. I came here right before the new moon and the Lion's Gate, and I was able to do an incredibly beautiful ritual. It was beautiful. It was a place where I'm kind of teaming up with another partner in my other work, and I was able to go to a place that they know as well and to do this little burial. So I had this rainbow moonstone, right?
Yeah.
And it was one of my favorite stones, and there's a part of me that is a little sad that I parted with it, but I didn't, but I did.
Aww.
And what I did is, I kind of wrote some things on it about what I was manifesting, and since it was the new moon, I wanted to plant seeds, right? And so I took this stone and I buried it under the ground at this beautiful sacred rock. I'll show you a picture of it.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful feeling, and now it's just like there's like a piece of me and a piece of my heart that is here and kind of belongs here. So it's really cool. This is the rock. Let's see if I can.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
So what I really liked about this, and maybe our listeners will really love this, is that if anybody works with crystals, I know you do, Kathy. So it's all limestone. And as you know, limestone is like the base for a lot of different crystals. You have your base limestone, and then certain other minerals or chemicals mixing into it will create different crystals, your quartz and your amethyst and your tourmalines, I believe. It can turn into so many different. And I'm like, I'm planting a seed for a foundation of a business, and how perfect for it to be a base mineral like limestone. It worked out so perfectly. So
the interesting thing with limestone, so I don't know if you know this about limestone, but it actually holds. There's a theory in the paranormal. With investigators that limestone can hold it actually can hold like memories or images. I don't know exactly the term for it particularly, but places like the Stanley Hotel, for instance, are have a lot of limestone underneath them, which is why a lot of people, when they go to the places like the Stanley Hotel, they will have images of the ballroom. And people still dancing, because it retains those memories, or it retains those images, especially when they're repeated images. So you look at something like the ballroom, where, for a long, long time, people would be dancing and doing that same, type of movement. So it retains this, and it can create sort of like that image.
Wow, that is so cool.
So it's definitely a rock that you want to put like positive, vibrations into, anybody that does have limestone. So
that is so cool, and that's really affirming. There was a show, I think, was it the show with Jamie that we were talking about this on? Because I feel like we were talking about limestone on one of our interview shows recently.
We may have been. Yeah, I'm trying to remember who that might have been with. I'm not sure.
I can't remember there, but I know we definitely talked about it, which is really cool.
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for joining. We're just so happy that you guys came on. Again, we know that it's sort of a weird time, weird day. We're going to try and get back to the Wednesday shows. Michelle will be joining us in the future, but they are trying to find a new place to live, and it may not be until September. Like they're trying to find a place and move. And so they've got a lot of stuff kind of ahead. And of course she can join today because it's not our normal day. So she's at work right now. And I talked to her today and I was like, we miss you. We all miss you so much. So she's going to be joining us as soon as she can. But we appreciate you guys being here. So there we go. And again, sorry about last week. We will this because it's summer and we kind of have stuff going on. We're going to try and be on as regular as possible. I do want to apologize, for anybody that, if it's kind of screwing up them. I guess that's the best way to say it. So, yeah. So what is going on, Brandon? You had told me that you had a dream. Tell me about it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know. I have no idea where this even came from. I have no clue. Maybe it was definitely after my little ritual that I did, and something weird that kind of happens to me, and they always seem to be significant moments for me, are like when I have celebrity encounters or interactions. Because for me, and for many people, celebrities are icons or symbolic of something for us. If you have a favorite music artist or painter or actor or something, the symbolism of what they put out there in their work really reflects something internal within yourself. That's why we respond, to their creativity. Right. And so I've had a couple of dreams, and, I do work with other celebrities in psychic work. So I had this dream, and it was so strange. So I'll give you the quicker version because I don't want to spend too much time on it. I see we've got some questions here in the chat to address. But what I wanted to say, I was in the dream, and I was in like one of my offices for real estate and real estate work, and the president came to visit us. So it's not the president that we all see and know in America. And my energy of it was very put off because I just didn't like the person. I didn't like him. There was something about him. His energy was bad, wrong. He felt like a snake. And I remember when he came into our office, he was doing like this meet and greet, and I came up to him and I confronted him about something that had happened between him and I in years past. He had tried to pursue me online. And so I had asked him a question about, interactions and maybe acceptance of sexuality and things like that. And he totally, just denied, got really sweaty, anxious, nervous. And so I'm like, yeah, this dude's a snake. He's avoiding everything. He's lying through his teeth right now. Everybody's believing it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, I didn't vote for this guy. So then everybody in the office was starting to talk about it. And I was like, I was being called out and I was being judged because I didn't like the person. And, I was about to tell them why I didn't like it, essentially out him, but I did not. And I'm like, you know what? That's not my business. I'm not going to do that. I just know I don't like the person. People can have their own opinions. So The point of that part was like my separation from the crowd and the normal. And so I went to go do the homework on my own. And there was like a scavenger hunt that was part of it. And so you had to go around the city to find information. And so I was going around the city on my own, and I'm looking around at the spot where there was supposed to be a clue. All of a sudden, Paris Hilton like walks around the corner, and she's got this block in her hand, and she walks up to right where I'm standing and puts the block on this little shelf where I was looking. And I'm like, there's no clue here. There it was in her hand. And I was like, wait a minute, you're in my class? We're in the same group. Like, what? Wait a second. She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, that's weird, whatever. And so she came up to me because there was like another crowd of people starting to like walk up, and it looked like, you know, my peers from the group that were judging me, whatever. And she whispered something in my ear, and it was in Latin, and it was 3 words, and I cannot remember the first 2. And it was something about supreme or surpresa, something like that. And I really want to look up to see if this is some kind of saying, because she whispered it. I remember hearing it distinctly. It was a Latin phrase. And so I really want to know what that is. I got to find that out. So then her and I went back to like her little loft. I'm pretty sure she owned like the building that we were next to, and we were hanging out. All of a sudden, this is so weird. This is so weird. Freaking Ariana Grande calls my phone, and I'm like, hang on a second. What? I'm like, she's not calling me. She's not calling me on purpose. No, I'm not going to answer this. No way. So I did not answer. I totally ignored Ariana Grande's phone call. I'm like, I'm not doing this. And so all of a sudden, Paris's phone rings, and it's Ariana. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, will you just tell her that I'm with you, Paris? And she's like, so she hands me the phone. We're talking. Ariana lost her voice. So I'm really curious to see if this happens in the near future. So her voice was gone. It was public knowledge. She couldn't really speak well. And there was a situation she had been involved in where she was discriminated against for being a woman.
Suppresso means surprise, Naomi said.
Suppressa. Okay. So I got to figure out the rest of the words. If there's a common saying with suppressa, that could be definitely it. It's got to be some kind of common phrase or common saying. It was so, oh my God, that's giving me chills, Naomi. That is so cool. Okay, thank you. So Ariana and I are talking, and she's like asking me for advice. She's coming to me for advice about, you know, the situation that happened and what was, you know, what she was going to do. And I just thought, you know, I'm like, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to make a court case out of this? Are you sure you want to go through all of this? And it seemed a lot of it was centered around real estate, like this whole thing, but also personal advising, marrying 2 of the things, you know, that I'm doing. And I'm like, man, this is so interesting. And so my dream ended where I was like sitting there, and I'm like, I'm talking on Paris Hilton's phone. Maybe we should talk on my phone. Like, I need to give her phone back. And then as soon as I did, I woke up, and I'm like, wow, that was so weird. It was so weird, but it was so symbolic for me of how I feel so much more connected to so many more things when I am free and clear of my own personal restrictions. You know, I've been doing a lot of abundance focus lately. And a lot of just accepting instead of feeling. You know, it's oftentimes we stay stuck in patterns. And it's not that we're resisting things flowing into our lives. It's that we're just so used to one way. And when we do want something different, when it comes into our life, we don't fully know how to accept it. We don't know how to stop those restrictions. And so right now it feels like, you know, I'm in that space of just total acceptance and total allowance, but also creating healthy boundaries. It's like this beautiful blend of 2 different things. And the one thing that Spirit kept informing me consciously, not in my dream, was that, you know, you're going to start seeing these things married together. And I was talking about it in one of our last shows, where you'll be actively doing different work, and you'll keep getting streams of information that directly relate to decisions you're making in the moment. It's not going to be a foresight or a forethought. It's going to be right direct in the moment. And so that's when you know when you're in the flow. Like, that's when you know you're like really in that space. And I think a lot of our listeners, you know, they have their own sensitivities. And I feel like that's good information to know, you know, for our own selves. So it's been really, my subconscious has been off the chain. It's been great lately. It is so cool.
You know what? You gotta love that though. You know, it's definitely been a flow, you know, going on. And for me too. So, you know, it was funny because I've been bitching about my computer. For the last year. You guys have dealt with my computer issues this last year. And I was able to, one went on sale that I've been wanting for a while. And it is kick-ass. Like you know, because I really like doing video content and stuff like that. And when I get into creating videos, when I get into, you know, editing and stuff like that, I am lost. I'm so lost. And there's this program I've been wanting to get for so long, and I couldn't run it on my computer because it sucks. And so the new one I got, it was like,
now?
You're gonna laugh at me. So I'm looking at this program. I downloaded the program. I started going through all of the things that it can do, and I actually had little tears. And Dre's like, "Are you fucking crying?" This is my son. My son's like, "Are you crying?" And I said, "You have no idea how I had to take the things that this thing does automatically, like some of the effects and, you know, transitions, and I had to create those on my own in order to have them appear. And now they're at my fingertips, and I just felt like I was so guys, I'm going to be creating a meditation. There's a local artist here. She is a local musician, and we're creating a meditation. We are going to put it onto the Patreon probably first for the first few days, you know, be ahead of time. But it's going to go on to this channel, and this is going to be like a law of attraction meditation. It is going to be for relationships, and it's going to be kick-ass. It's not only going to have binaural beats, subliminal, everything is going to be thrown into this video, and it's not going to have to be one of those things that you watch for a long time. So we're hoping in the next, you know, little while, we're going to be able to put all of this together. I'm so bloody excited. We wanted to work on it last year, and we just couldn't. So you know, it was like between COVID and just doing, you know, everything else that has been going on. But now that I've got this, I'm so excited.
That's so excited. You're using it right now.
No, I actually am using my old one. I'll tell you why. Because I didn't want to for the stream right now, I'm using the old laptop still, simply because it was already set up with all my settings and stuff like that. And so but I will be using it as soon as I can. But yeah, I was so excited. So before we get into the readings, guys, I just want to I'm just going to do a little bit of a rundown, because we are running not only on Facebook, but also on the I Want to Believe channel. So I'm going to I want to show you guys something. It's only 48 seconds. This is one of the videos that I made. If you're not subscribed to the I Want to Believe channel, make sure you subscribe, because this is such a good channel. It's fairly new. We're still getting it out there, you know, but go to, and it's literally called I Want to Believe channel. Okay, there's a whole bunch, but it will have this symbol. Where is it? Just give me 1 second. Look into the upper corner of your screen, and you'll be able to see the symbol that. So it looks like this. So you can, I don't know if you guys can see that symbol at the top there. It will have that icon on it, so you'll know it's the right channel. But so what we've been doing is I am with Peter Wren, who has been doing paranormal research for about 30 years now. He's actually from England. He's done investigations all over the world. He's amazing. He's one of my very, very good friends. And then Linda Corno, she's been an investigator, 30, 40 years at least. And then there's me, and every week we have different guests on, and these are all people that are experts, leaders, founders, starters in the paranormal field. And when we talk about paranormal, it goes everywhere from psychics to Sasquatch to UFOs. We have an exorcist coming on our show tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe. This guy has been with the Catholic Church. He is ordained. And this is going to be an amazing, amazing show. So we're really excited about that. It's at 8 o'clock Mountain Time on the I Want to Believe channel. But I want to just show you guys a video of what I made, if you guys are okay with that. It literally is like 48 seconds. This is the intro that I made for the I Want to Believe channel. So I'm just going to turn it on now. And thanks again for watching. We'll be right back. 48 seconds. We are back. So yeah, that's one of the videos that I made for this channel. I'm going to be making one for ours as well as soon as I get a chance. But yeah, so there we go.
That's so cool. I'm happy to hear that portion is just going really well. That's so
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. It's like I'm in my realm. I literally
You're doing it, Kathy. You're building like this whole network. Like, this is great. A whole broadcast center.
I do. I love it so much. You know, I love being on the air. I love being with you guys. So there we go. So I think we can probably get into the readings now. Oh, I just want to let you guys know. So we have a troll, which we're going to get rid of. So just so you guys know, if I accidentally delete you, I don't mean to. It's just okay, did he go away? No, not yet. Just a second. We do not allow troll comments here. Unfortunately, they are coming in through Facebook. So most of them, if you guys see these people that are saying, hey, message me for a reading. Hey, I've got a message for you. Hey, contact me. Please report them. Please report them. You know, at the very least, it may, you know, sometimes it will shut down their account. Sometimes, you know, they will just be removed, but they are not allowed on this channel. We do get rid of them as soon as we see them. This Mr. John Cat, who is asking everybody to message him for a reading, go to hell. There's my answer.
Yeah, I mean, I am not surprised there are a ton of trolls on Facebook. Facebook has gotten overridden.
I'll tell you guys something. A good psychic will never say to you, I have a message for you.
The only time that'll happen is if you're in person.
Yeah, or if we actually know you. Like you said, if we're in person, we actually know you. And, you know, a good psychic, somebody who is legit, let's just say legitimate, will never contact you ever, 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 ever. Cannot repeat that anymore. They will never contact you and say, hey, I have a message for you. Yeah, no, they don't. They have nothing for you.
The only times that I ever reach out to people when I have a message is if I dream about them. That's it.
Yeah, or if I literally know them in person. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, hey, I had a dream about you. I mean, you don't see me messaging Paris or Ariana, right? Like, I'm messaging them.
That would be a little weird.
Yeah. So it never happens. The only time I ever do is if I dream about somebody and I'm like, yo, I had this dream about you last night and this and this and this happened. And sometimes it really can affect that person. You know, they're like, oh my gosh, this is the exact situation I was in and this gives me the answer. Or this one time where I was telling my friend that I had a dream with her, and as I was describing the dream, she then started describing my dream to me because we had the exact same dream. It was so crazy. So that's why I kind of always like to do that. if it's somebody I know, and especially if it's a dream. But other than that, oh, the cutest thing I want to share with you, Kathy, I have here, and helping take care of my niece and nephew. And her newest thing, and I had no idea what it was. She, when I put her to bed, she's like, I need a dream kiss. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And she described it to me. She's like, no, you have to like tell me a dream. And then when you kiss me on the forehead, I have that dream. And I'm like, that is the cutest freaking thing. So I've been doing the little dream kisses. How appropriate from the dream teacher. I'm like,
that
this is
so
great.
Cute. You gotta love that.
So lots and lots of dream action lately. Maybe it's because we're in Leo season. My moon is in Leo. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Lots going on.
No kidding. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cute, though. You gotta love kids.
Oh, they are adorable. They really are. All right, so I've got on this list here. I've got Miguel, I've got Naomi, I've got Love Tea, and I've got Denise under our donations here. Welcome, Prina. Hey, Amber. Who else? Hi, Rose. Hello. So I've got Rose, I've got your question here. So you're our first lottery one, and that's all I have for lottery right now. So those of you that are listening, especially if you're listening on Facebook or the I Want to Believe channel, make sure you pop on over to the Oracle Intuitions live stream. So that way I get your question here in the chat. Please put your first name.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brandon cannot see the Facebook comments or the I Want to Believe comments. So if you hop over to the Oracle Intuitions channel, that is going to be the best place for us to see you, okay? Just simply because, okay, and Ashley Sims, yeah, you're blocked, honey, but thanks for being a troll.
Thanks for trying.
Come back another day. So, yeah, okay, there we go. So we're going to start off with Miguel. I just want to give a little bit of a rundown as to what we do not do. So first of all, you guys, we never do health. All right. How come I can't get rid of her comment here? Just 1 second. Sorry.
And Love Tea, real quick, I've got what you were talking about with your little update. So I have that here. If you do have any question which says you just wanted to update us, that's totally okay. What we'll do is just kind of connect with your energy when you
I think she said she also did have a question for us too, so okay. Yeah,
so if you have that, throw that up there as well, please.
So no health, guys. We do not pick your career for you. So if thank you, Chandra, we really appreciate it, truly appreciate it. Chandra reported them. She's on she's coming off of Facebook though. Awesome. We don't do health. Sorry, we don't do legal. We do not look into third-party situations, basically meaning that we're not going to be a camera in somebody's bedroom or into their lives. They have to be in some way be connected to you. If you want to look into their energy towards you, that's fine. But we're not. No, we're not security cameras looking into somebody's house. Okay. As for careers, we really need, some sort of direction as to what you're thinking about. And just simply because of the time period of the show too, we need to narrow it down just to keep the time limitations, good. So, all right. Oh, Allison, we missed you too. Thank you so much for watching today. We really appreciate it. Let's start with Miguel. So I think Miguel had a general reading. Is that right? What is guides wanted him to know? Okay, Miguel, I got to ask you a question. I heard something about chest pain. Are you getting some chest pain? I'm going to tell you, I don't feel it's anything serious. But I need to verify that. It just feels like, again, a tightening kind of in the chest area. And as I just said about health, I'm not going to diagnose you. Don't worry. It's just, it feels like there could be some stress coming through in here. if you can just kind of update on me on that. I'm also getting, I just need to look into your energy. Right chest is tightening. Yeah. Okay. It's nothing serious, but I do feel it is stress. Okay. I do feel a lot of, there's some stress going on here. Death of Drags. If you go to Oracle Intuitions on YouTube, so all you have to do is type in Oracle Intuitions, and you'll see me pop up. It should come right into the your search. Kate, Miguel, I got a weird question. I just got a vision of a horse. What the hell is that about? Why am I seeing a horse? Are you thinking about getting horses? This is so weird. That's literally the first time I've seen like an animal around you. I do feel that I'm getting kind of the impression of freeing yourself, okay? And when I talk about freeing yourself, I don't mean freeing yourself, obviously. Oh, he says he thought of it. Okay, I did think of it. Okay. I'm tapping into mind reading now. Sorry, Miguel. I didn't mean to do that. And literally, I literally got a vision of a horse in my head, like just as I was tapping into your energy. When I'm talking about freeing yourself, this is not freeing yourself, from family or anything like that. Don't worry, Naomi. You know where I'm going with this. I know you do. I'm getting freeing yourself from, like, it just feels like right now, and it kind of goes back into what we had talked about before. It just feels like it's like you're tied. Like I literally feel like ties around your arms, your feet. And it just feels like, this feels like ancestral ties. Okay. And I'm not exactly sure what this has to particularly do with at this exact moment, but I'm feeling there's a lot of ancestral information, ties that are holding you back from, I want to say, being the best you. Okay. I think that's probably the best way to say it. This feels like really old energy. Okay. Like this could be ancestral from, your native land, from people that have, literally ancestral. And it feels like you need to do some cord cutting going on there. It feels like there's a lot of holds that are keeping you from moving forward. It's like mindsets from the past that are still holding on. And it almost feels as though, and I'm just going to give a basic example. I don't know if this is going to pertain to you exactly, but I'm just going to give an example. It's sort of like if people had the mindset that they were poor in the past, that they have to maintain a sense of poverty going into the future. And that can have to do with, that lack of abundance, or even sometimes being scared to be successful in this life because of past ties or chains. So Onami is actually saying breaking free from bad family chains, and they're popping up and holding him back. Okay, well, there we go. Thank you, Naomi, for confirming. So here's the thing. They're actually popping up for you to be released. They're not popping up for you as a reminder of something that you're supposed to be hanging on to. All right. When we have triggers, or when we have emotions or feelings that come up, they're actually coming to us in order for the release. They're not coming to us, to bind us or to hold us. They're actually asking you, your guides are asking you to start cutting through those binds that are holding you down. Because as I'm looking at you, I'm literally seeing, it's like your hands are here, your feet are on the ground, but there's like you're wrapped around the wrists, and I want to say with leather straps. Like, you know, this feels very old, very ancient energy that's really coming through here. So I feel like it's time to really lift those, you know, bonds up and let them go. So that's what I kept getting.
Yeah, that's beautifully said, Kathy, and really just I'll echo exactly what you're saying, because that's exactly what I'm picking up on too. Spirit keeps pulling me to that energy, you know, with you, Miguel, really taking in these nice internal introspections. You know, the work that we have talked about even in the past, Spirit shows me there is that sort of emotional crux that you have been on, where you're writing things differently than past ties, past connections. And Kathy, I think, is really on with that ancestral, because I keep being shown, you know, breaking those restrictions, breaking those barriers. And I keep getting this beautiful vision of like you, Miguel, like you have these kind of ropes or things tied around you, and you're just like moving your arms and like busting them out.
That's exactly how I saw it too, is almost like lifting it up out of the ground and just breaking those straps, or breaking those chains, or whatever it was that's holding you back. There's actually a really good, for anybody that feels that they need to release themselves from some sort of energy, there are very good Archangel Michael. That's what he's there for. Okay. This is what Archangel Michael helps with, is to, you know, for cord cutting ceremonies, or cord cutting rituals, or just cord cutting, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. But you can ask him to come in and show you what needs to be cut. And then imagine his sword chopping that cord between you and whatever it is that is holding you past. It doesn't mean that a lot of people will say, well, I don't want to get rid of them. It's not getting rid of something. It's allowing it to heal. It's what it's doing. It's not binding into your soul, into your core self. It's allowing you to free yourself in order to move forward. So.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm not sure, Miguel, if you've had some kind of thing in your family's history where it just felt like there were any kind of blocks or restrictions, or even, you know, the weird curses or things like that. But for whatever reason, Spirit just keeps showing me you're breaking any of these restrictions from the past, and it feels like it has a lot to do with your family, your lineage, and you're really breaking free from that. And the big thing they keep showing me is that you're not living through ego. You're not living through ego. You're not living through that fight or flight. You're living as an emotionally intelligent person. So it feels like a really great affirmation for where you are, what you're doing, and it's like you're doing this equal amounts of work in physical and in, you know, astral or the sort of spiritual realm, where we still, you know, coexist. It's like you're doing it kind of all at the same time. So it's really cool. It's like these things are your pace and each are marrying together, and that, of course, is a beautiful alignment. That's what we're all kind of really looking for.
Yes.
Very, very cool. Okay. I am just responding here to.
Yeah, no worries. So the next is Nami. And yes. Nami is wondering how much longer they have to live with her mom until they can get their new land. You know, I would love to be able to tell you tomorrow. I would. I am hearing though. I'm hearing September, October. So this could be a little bit longer. I feel like, I'm literally hearing like a date in here, and I don't, you know, I don't want you to bind me to this date. Okay. But I am getting about, like, I'm hearing from September 15th on. Okay. But I'm not getting far into October. Like it doesn't feel like it's just that it could be like October 1st to maybe the 10th, somewhere in there. Like it feels like the beginning part, but it be anywhere from September about 15th to about October 10th. I do feel a frustration that, of course, of you wanting to, be out. I feel like this is going to be the time, Amy, where to really take some walks. Do whatever it is, breathing exercises, dartboards are good. Something that will help relieve a lot of the stress of being, in an environment that maybe you don't 100% want to be in. I don't feel it's like an extremely bad environment or anything but there is frustration. I do feel the frustration that is in there. So try, you know what? It's just a little longer. It's just a little longer. That's what I want to keep saying to you. It's just a little longer. Try to just get through this little period. It's just a little longer. And once you get through that, I want you to just keep envisioning you guys being on the property. Okay. Just keep envisioning that. Try to really keep that in your mind. Really try to focus in on that. Even if it's, just 5 minutes a day, or, as we talked about before, even 17 seconds makes that huge difference when we're trying to manifest, like 17 seconds, throughout the day. Like just stop and just be like, okay, I'm going to envision this and remove the energy of the frustration that I'm feeling at this moment. Because I do feel that it may even be September 17th. I don't know why I just heard that. Again, please don't hold me to that date. I'm just, this is a date that literally just popped into my head. I don't know exactly what it means or talking about, but I just heard that in my head. So that could have some bearing on something, but I don't feel it's going to be long. Okay. It's not going to be long. And I think that's going to be the important thing here.
Yeah, I'm actually getting the same thing. I keep being shown in Virgo season. They're showing me like the transition between August, September. So I really feel like it's going to be just a few weeks, really, if not just under less than a month. So it honestly makes sense to me. In Leo season, we've got all sorts of dramatics and we need to feel that warmth. And then Virgo is really, cutting the wheat from the chaff. Getting stuff organized, getting stuff ready to go. So that makes perfect sense to me why I keep feeling that as well. And honestly, it just really feels like good timing. It's good timing for you to really reprioritize, organize your life, really get into that space. So it looks like we're kind of picking up on the same general time frame here, Kathy.
Yeah. I do feel like it's not going to be long. Okay. And then she says, I will try and focus on relaxing and taking some walks with my little one. Do try to take kids out now and then as well as they feel frustrated. Yeah, I think like the more family activity that you and Miguel and the kids do together is going to make that huge difference. It's not only going to bond you guys a little bit closer, but it will allow the frustration. Here's the interesting thing. So again, going back to paranormal research, one of the things that I used to do is I used to tell people, do not argue or try to create the atmosphere within your home, because no matter how big a home is, it's only 4 walls. And what happens is, you always hear those things. So the parents went to the bedroom and they're fighting in the bedroom. Next thing you know, the parents are usually divorced. You want to know why? Because that energy stays within those 4 walls. And if we can take that energy out into the earth. The earth is huge, it's massive, and it can absorb, and it has its natural cleansing property. So if you feel frustrated, try to, even just standing on our front lawn or, our grass, or go to the park or do something like that. It really helps because of the natural cleansing that does come from the earth. So that is something to kind of keep in mind. And I do try to keep to myself and go into the rooms as I head out to my sister. Yeah. Keep out of, yeah, good for you. Yeah. I've seen your times at your sister's. Yeah. It just helps to remove that energy. Definitely. You don't want it within your own home. And this is for everybody, you know, not just Amy. It's just something to remember. If you're feeling frustrated within your home, go outside, because the walls can absorb some of that energy. And it really makes a huge difference when you just take a little walk, go stand out on the front lawn, go to your neighbors, stand on their front lawn, do whatever you want to do. But it does help. It does help. So I hope that has given you some clarity. Oh, magnolia tree. Beautiful. I'm just going to put this up here because not everybody can see. Yeah. I hope that's okay, Miguel. Yeah, a magnolia tree, something like that. Beautiful energy. If you have to be in the home and you can't get out for some reason, hematite is a really good rock or a ring, a hematite ring, because then it does go, it just shatters when it's full of the energy. Okay, but hematite is really good simply because it does absorb negative energy. So that might be something that you may want to hang on to. And, you know, when you do feel that frustration or whatever, you can kind of just put it into that rock. So I hope that's given you some clarity, guys. I hope it's helped. I believe that Love Tea is next.
Love Tea is up next. Let me just make sure she knows in the chat. She said she had to be right back.
Okay.
So let me just confirm and make sure that she's still in the chat here. Like I just mentioned also in the chat, if you see your name, I've got you on the lottery list, aside from our donations, which Love Tea is up, and then Denise is up next. And then, like I said, if you see your name, I've got your question and you are on our list once we are done with the donations. Oh, Minnie. Hi, Minnie.
How's it going?
Good to see you, love. If you do, like I said, if you see your name, you're on our lottery list. Once we finish our donations, we will get to as many lotteries as we can. I know we've got a little bit of time restriction here, so we'll just do what we can.
So I just want to let you guys know, for the lottery, we do pull a. Do you want to let them know how it goes?
Yeah, I was just looking at what Naomi said. You know, we were talking about planting the tree, and I kept feeling that energy. That's the one they planted. That's so.
Oh, that's awesome! Oh, I'm so happy.
Right in the heart. That's so beautiful.
That's beautiful. No, Rose, we didn't call you yet. We're just going to get to the lottery questions in a couple of minutes. We got a couple more donations that are coming through. So,
yeah, so I'll run down the lottery real quick. So how we do it is you'll listen for your number. I've attached a number to your name in the chat. I've got that list here just in case you don't remember, but make sure you are listening. If we do call you, you do have to be present to receive that reading. So make sure you're hanging out and listen for when we call your name. So we do, need to make sure you're here to receive that.
We do try to get to as many as possible. And we, the thing is, we do appreciate your subscriptions. I mean, that is what helps Brandon and I keep going and being able to do these readings. If we can't get for you today, please understand, we will, we're here every week, so we will try to get you into the next one, or, we can only do so many in a day. So, we do appreciate you guys joining. So,
absolutely.
Love to have had to go somewhere.
Yeah, Love Tea looks like she is not here right now, so we'll have to skip her. Real quick, Minnie, just make sure you remind me of your zodiac as well, and maybe the first name of the person you're asking about, or just their first initial or something if you're not comfortable. Shafi, welcome, love. I'll put you right here on that list. Oh, Minnie's already got that. Perfect.
Oh, Love Tea's back. Okay.
Love Tea is back. All right, look at that. All lining up. Yes, Allison. So we do have your donation from last time. So we're going to put that up here next. So if you could, whatever your whatever your question is, it does not have to be the same one as last time. Just throw that here in the chat, and I will put you on the list.
Also, Sophia did donate as well, so I don't know where she is, though. I'm not sure what name she goes under.
Sophia, if you're in the chat, let us know so I can put you on that lottery list. Because I do not see Sophia.
No, she gave a donation. So if she could just post her question, that would be great.
She's right there. So Sophia, yeah, please put your zodiac and your question in the chat. I will put you on our donation list.
And thank you so much, Sophia. We really appreciate it. So Love T's question was?
Okay, so Love T is kind of giving us a little bit of an update. She said a friend forwarded a picture he had posted. She's talking about her Capricorn guy. And he posted to me. I opened it without realizing. Snapchat automatically shows you, yes, etc. He saw my name and added me on Snapchat. So I wanted to ask, what are Aries intentions for me? Love T is Aries, and he is Capricorn.
Okay, can you read that one more time? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so basically, R, who's the Capricorn, added Love T on Snapchat. Didn't really mean to click on his post, but he added her. He saw her name and added her, so she wants to know what are R's intentions for me.
Mm-hmm. It's going to take a little bit longer for him to get the guts to reach out. Okay. When I say a little bit longer, this isn't going to be months or anything like that. I actually feel, it's really interesting, Love T. It's he reminds me of a shark right now. And I don't laugh because he's swimming around. Like it's almost like he's circling you. But it's almost this energy of like, I'm not going to say maybe kind of predator, but not in a bad way predator. Like, I don't mean it like that, but it just feels like he's circling, trying to find, how do I approach? You know what I mean? It's that energy of what is the best way to approach? How do I do this? How do I come through? What do I say? So it feels like there's a lot of energy that's coming in here that it's like he's overthinking. He's a Capricorn. Is that correct? Yeah, he's overthinking. Yeah. So he's putting a lot of thought. Well, if I said this, she could respond like that. If I said this, she could respond like this. What if I do this and she doesn't do this? There's a lot of brain activity that's going on here. But he's slowly making his way to you. He's trying to do something. He might even just add you in like a private story. I don't know Snapchat very good, so I could sound completely retarded here, but challenged because I'm like, I don't understand Snapchat very well. I've only been on it a couple of times, and stuff like. But what I'm getting here is that it feels like he may add you to like a private story where he has several people, but he purposely puts you in there in that grouping. It feels like he might just come through. I just feel like him doing something that is going to get your attention. He wants your attention. He wants to be noticed. He wants to have a conversation. I think there's a little part of him that's sort of waiting for you to do the approach with him, but don't do that. This is his issue. He's got to, get that energy and the guts to do it. And I do feel he will. It may just take a little bit longer. Okay. I feel like he wants to, but there's some hesitation. And so he just added me to view. He just added me to view my stuff. Okay. So I get, is that kind of what I was saying? Is that sort of the same thing? Like private story or so? No. You're asking a question. So he added me just to view my stuff. No, he wants to have that connection with you. He wants to have that connection with you, Love T. He's just trying to get the guts to come forward. Okay. It feels like this is his non-committal way of making this attempted approach so that he's not looking like, oh, hey, I'm going to fall at your feet right away, or all of this stuff. You're going to see the progress coming through. He's going to start making those attempts to contact you, or somehow have that conversation with you. Yeah. Do you pick up?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm picking up here. There is abundance of energy coming from Mr. R here. And what I keep feeling, you were talking about overthinking, Kathy. And I think that's exactly spot on, because I keep being shown it's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be just right. And I can feel him like psyching himself out, totally overthinking things and like really trying to dig into everything. And you're totally right with that Capricorn energy. Yeah. If there's something that they want to go after, it will repeat in that head over and over again. Yeah. Because they want it to be right. It has to be thorough. It has to be right. The beautiful part with that, what I like about Capricorn as a generalization, is that there is a nice blend of using intuition there. And I do feel that coming through with R, but I don't feel like that's something he's generally relied upon in his life. So this is like a new process. This is a new way of understanding, interpreting things. And I feel like it is coming out in light of you, because I do feel there is that energetic connection. It feels like something that is not normal for him. It feels like this is not something that he's really genuinely had in his life. And so what Spirit keeps showing me is that the feeling of that, the pressure of it, is kind of like eating away at him. And anytime that we feel things that are of an intangible nature and we're not fully processing them, they can turn into anxiety. They can turn into nervousness. And I feel like that's what he's trying to combat right now, is trying not to feel that way. So it's like this little balancing act that he's trying to do in himself. But trust me, it is a good thing that he definitely added you. It's not just to creep and look at you from afar.
No. Like he there was a purpose with him adding you. Yeah. You just might not be seeing it quite yet on your side, but Brandon and I see it. Okay, so we see him coming forward, and you will see him coming forward as well. So just give it a little bit. Try not to focus in too much on that particular app, meaning that like you don't want to be in that place of watching it or watching him, because that can bring down the energy a little bit. You want to stay in that high vibrational, beautiful energy that you have. And that is going to really help. It's almost like just let him do his stuff and you'll see him come forward.
Mm-hmm. You just do your thing.
Do your thing.
Yeah. It's like finding the right way to approach, the right way to connect. And honestly, it just, as much as you may appreciate just instant, let's go, let's do this, let's reach out, let's, get the show on the road. There is a method to the madness here. There is a methodical approach that he's trying to take. And again, earth sign, methodical, that's a very normal thing for that kind of energy. So
I'm also getting too, is if he does add you to a private story, don't go jump on and watch it right away. Take your time. I just feel like that's going to be necessary as well. Okay. Yeah. So, hey, Jenny, how's it going?
Death of Dragons. If you could put your first name and zodiac sign with your question, I will be glad to put you on our list. Geneva, hello, love. Welcome. Just to give everybody an update, so up next on our donation list, we've got Denise, we've got Allison, Sophia, Will, and Jenny. And then everyone else, I've got you on our lottery list. So Minnie, Geneva, if you have donated, let me know and I will put you up on the other list. But otherwise, I've got you on our lottery list here.
We are going to try to get to, as many of the lottery as we can today, but I do have to be somewhere. So we're going to rush through this. So who is next?
Okay, let's just confirm here some of the donations, Cathryn.
Yeah, I got them all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got Geneva there.
We did. And thank you so much, guys, for donating. Remember, guys, if you have subscribed and we cannot get to you today, we will be back next week. Keep your questions. We will try to get to you as much as we can. But
also, you can book a private reading if you did not get a chance to get your question answered. Yeah. For me, of course, you can go to thedreamteacher.com. Go ahead and click on the appointments tab. We'd be able to set something up.
And for me, you can go to Oracle Intuitions 1111@gmail.com, or even through Facebook or Instagram at Oracle Intuitions. So, Denise, what was Denise's question?
Denise, hello, love. Happy to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Denise is Scorpio and would like to know a general reading about what's coming towards me in the near future.
Okay. Denise, I'm going to have a question for you here. Is she in the chat? I think is she still here? I think she is. Denise, it feels like you had some sort of tower moment. It just feels like there was I feel a frustration from you. It almost feels like something ended or broke. And there was an energy of being frustrated that has come from you. But what I'm being told here very specifically is that this was needed and necessary. It almost feels, I'm hearing that you maybe you expected it to happen, or there's an energy here of you're waiting for it. I don't know if any of this makes sense. I'm not sure if she's actually is in the chat at the moment, but
I hope she's here because this feels important.
It does. It feels like really important, and it feels like what I'm getting with this, Denise, is that this was necessary for the next building block, the next step, the next foundation. It really feels like you're, I don't know how to describe it. It's a frustration that you knew was supposed to happen. You knew you were supposed to let go of it. You knew that you were supposed to release it, but it was still frustrating all the same. So I'm not going to say that this was a law of attraction thing that happened for you. Okay, I do not get that. It feels more like, because you're so intuitive. You're so intuitive. You're so psychic with your own abilities, that it was like you knew it was happening. And when it finally happened, there was still that frustration, but there's also this energy that's going on, that you're okay. Like, okay, now I can refocus. Now that I've let this go, I can now refocus. How do I build? How do I create? How do I energize something new? It may not be an actual loss, like where something is completely lost. It just feels like it might be like I don't know if this was a relationship or something, but it almost feels like something to rebuild on. It was like this part needed to happen in order for this new thing to be created from that letting go of whatever this was that you had to release. I keep hearing the word steadfast. Stay steadfast. Stay progressive. Stay like stay working on what this is. Don't keep looking behind you. There's just so much. I don't know. I'm gonna let you. I just need to focus on my thoughts, and people don't need to listen to me do that.
I honestly, the way you described it, that tower moment, it really feels perfect. And it feels like that tower really unlocked something that was stagnant, that was being held back, that was being restricted in some way. I don't know what exactly that tower moment was. Honestly, it doesn't really feel all that important, because what is important about it is what was found within yourself. Spirit keeps showing me that there is an internal strength that was being pulled up. There is a different path that you are starting to take. And Spirit just keeps showing me this new energy, this new level of emotional intelligence that kind of opens up within you. I do feel like it had something to do with some kind of emotional capacity with somebody, or connected with somebody that might be close or intimate, you know, some kind of close connection. But either way, it just feels like whatever ego was trying to tell you before, that part has been like removed, and you're able to see that enlightenment from it. Spirit literally keeps showing me that from those ashes, this light kind of beams up. And what a beautiful representation of one, Scorpio energy, two, your energy in general. You know, every time I connect with you, there's always this sort of magical undertone to what you project from yourself, from your own energy. And there is this beautiful symbolism that really comes through with you, showing that you do have this great channel with your own higher source, your own energy here, and it's just allowing this to funnel in an even more beautiful way. So regardless, you know, nobody really likes tower moments, but if anybody can handle them and see the beauty in them, it is a Scorpio. You know, we the Scorpios definitely can see that kind of energy, that kind of stuff. So Denise, it feels like you're in this good place as far as what's to come in the future. Again, Spirit just keeps showing that there is
it's really interesting, because I keep seeing Denise's back against something. It's almost like literally like you're holding up a wall. And I don't know what that's about. Maybe that will make sense to you. But it's like, you know, when somebody has their back toward, you know, I want to say, you know, what's that? There's that... you know, the little boy that stuck his hole in the wall to prevent the dam from breaking. It's almost like that. Like she's holding everything in place so that the wall doesn't crumble down. And it just feels like let the wall crumble. So I don't know if there's a resistance that you've been going through, or that you had gone through a resistance, but it just feels as though you might be holding something back. And this, I just keep getting this image, and it feels like you got to let it go. So it's really interesting, actually, because I'm seeing a lot of visual symbols in here, visual imagery. And I have this brick wall that it feels like you're holding back, but ahead of you is this desert. Like it's almost like a vast desert. But in this desert, we have all of the supplies and all of the things that you need. So for me, it feels like the desert is like a new start towards something, but it's going to be however you want to create it, or it's going to be, some of the blocks are already there for you to rebuild on. But it's like you're making your own oasis. That's the imagery that I keep getting. You're making your own oasis from whatever it was, and you may even be using some of those blocks that you let go of. Okay, so some of those bricks that were in that wall, you're using them to create this oasis, but at the same time, it's a new oasis. It's something new. You're rebuilding how you want it to be, and it's going to be very strong. It's going to be, again, steadfast. Like it's going to be something that's very solid. So this is what I feel coming through.
Such an interesting time. It does remind me similar to what we were picking up with in the energy with Miguel and Amy. This, you know, all right, let's move this other stuff aside. The heat of the summer, you know, the heat and dramatics of life and Leo season, and we're going to start, you know, putting these things in order. It does have a similar energy, but again, it has this very clear symbolism tone. I know you are picking up on it, I'm picking up on it. It just feels so clear that it has to do with emotional intelligence and channeling higher energy. Like, yeah, that really seems to be the main key that I keep picking up. And that tower moment was the thing that broke that wall, broke that sense of restriction, and it's just now a clear stream. Honestly, it could be even to the point where it might even feel like a little bit delusional, like a little crazy. Don't let yourself stay in check, and if you just go off deep end with it, which I think everybody knows, is a possibility when you do any kind of psychic work. You got to keep yourself grounded. You got to keep yourself in check. You don't want to lose touch with reality.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I think it just talks about the intensity of it. So it's nothing to feel worried about. Just, make sure you stay grounded. Make sure you stay in good energy. I'm not sure if you heard this, but the timestamp, Denise, when we started this, right around 1:05. Hour and 5 minutes. So if you do listen to this, if you hear us now, that's kind of where I started it.
Can you add Adam to the lottery list too? I don't think that you were able to see his.
Yeah, so his screen name is Death of Dragon, so I've added him to the lottery list.
You got him. Okay, perfect.
Number 7, yeah.
Okay. I do see it. I'm just blind. Sorry. Okay.
I'm on this. If I did not put your name there,
okay.
If I did not put your name up there and you're on the and you asked a question, make sure you let me know. Also, if you have donated and I do not have you on the donation list, make sure you let me know as well.
Exactly. So I believe Allison is next.
Allison. Okay, so let's make sure that Allison is here. I haven't seen anybody put anything in the chat in a minute, so I want to make sure we're still here.
Are you guys here? Okay. And you're welcome, Love Tea.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
The chat is working.
Yeah. Hopefully chat's working.
Right. So Allison, you're up next. And like I put in the thing, perfect. Sophia, Will, Geneva, and Jenny. All right. So Allison is Cancer. I would like to know, open to guidance and direction on what I should be made aware of, what challenges or something I might be missing, or just love life related guidance. So just looking for guidance, direction, could be anything she's missing, or just, what's going on with love life.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was reading. Can you say that one more time?
So you just put it in the chat here, Cancer, love life, or just general guidance and anything she might be missing.
Okay, Allison. And hello, Adam. Good to see you. I know Adam actually from what we used to work together, so that's pretty cool. Okay, Allison, just give me 1 second. I just need to. Guide into this. Are you dating anyone now, Allison? Because I don't know if it's an interesting energy. So I don't know if there's a somebody you're interested in. I almost feel like your energy, your aura is here, but there is a connection to somebody is what it's showing. I'm literally seeing like a cord. I don't really want to call it a rainbow. It's like a one color, like a I want to almost say root chakra that's going from you to somebody else. And I'm just trying to, so I don't know if this is somebody that you already know, if this is somebody that you're already maybe attached, dating in general. Okay. So what I'm getting here, I'm really feeling Leo season this season, but going into the Virgo season is going to be really important for you coming up. It almost feels like this arc that I'm seeing, because it's an arc from you going into another person. Now, I'm not being shown the end, okay, because I normally don't try to look at people coming through. But what I am getting here is it's going over, it's really weird. It's going over a bridge. So it's like an arc going over a bridge, literally. I know it's weird because I have to put it all together because it's like, What's
I know
that?
exactly what you mean. It's not weird.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like bridging something. A toxic X? No, there's no toxic X. This is something different. This is a newer energy that's coming through. I mean, you may know them, but this is not toxic energy. This is beautiful energy, but it does feel something to do with this bridge is going to be really important. What I keep getting here, it's almost like you have to cross this bridge. I don't know exactly what it is. It's really interesting because I'm literally being shown this red rainbow, this red arc. Give me just a second because it feels like this is important. I feel like Leo season that we're in right now is going to have some significance within this energy. Okay, but it does feel like there's something that you've got within the root chakra. I think that's what it's trying to tell me because this rainbow is coming through very red. And when we have the root chakra, this has to do with our safety, our security. It's our protection chakra. Okay, so whatever it is that you're protecting that bridge needs to happen. It needs to be released. So if if there was past, let's say, abuse, if there was past toxic energy, like you said about the X, if there was past something that disrupted your sense of security, I feel like this is something very important to be working on right here, right now, within this Leo season. We actually just did have Lionsgate, so it feels as though I almost feel like you may have actually, what it is that I'm talking about, because you may have actually maybe focused in on it around the Lion's Gate. So August 8th, like this might have come up, or you might have seen some sort of symbolism or words or, wishes or whatever it was around the Lion's Gate. But it does feel like something that needs to be released first. Now, what it's actually showing me is with this arc is it changes color. Okay, when you release it, it goes from that red to a greenish yellow, which is interesting, greenish yellow. So this is showing me the sacral and the heart.
Yep.
And it's showing me you opening up. You've released, you're opening, released and opening. It's like it's a blend of the green and the yellow. And it feels like that now that you've released this sense of needing to have that safety, security, whatever it is that has been holding protection. The root chakra is very protecting. And when we have old traumas or old energies that come through, that is where it can take it out of balance. I would actually almost say, she's good. I do. And I released for Lionsgate. Perfect. Keep working on it. It might not even be a bad idea to do a chakra meditation for yourself. You can do this while you're sleeping. You can play a full chakra meditation just to get those chakras in alignment, because it feels like this is really important. But there's a lot of energy that's being held in on the base or the root chakra at this point. And it feels like that needs to be released. It almost feels like you're kind of bubbling it a little bit. Like, I don't want to let go of it because that's what I know. It's my sense of safety. But once you let it go, boom. And that's where these colors change, that green and that yellow, the sacral and the heart. And it keeps showing me leading actually to a person. It's not, I'm not being shown a symbol. I'm not being shown any, I can't tell you what the person particularly looks like because that's not really what I do. But I am getting that it just leads you. It's like your heart already knew where you were supposed to go, but your root chakra was hanging on to the old energy. And it's like, You're just going to, it's going to allow this person to come forward on their own. It's going to allow this person to take that step forward. So that's
I don't
what
even need to say anything. You literally said every single thing that I'm like picking up on. But just for, the sake of reiteration, Allison, when I'm looking at your energy, it has felt like there's been like this little bit of limbo, a little bit of clouded confusion here. And I keep being shown, I don't know if it's an avoidance of, that digging up all that stuff and rerouting the self, or if it's because of it. But it does seem like that energy has been kind of happening where there might have been a little bit of stagnation, but a little bit of unsureness. But exactly what I'm being shown, Spirit keeps showing me taking the root. It's time to move that. The way I was being shown is it's time to move that ship's anchor, to pull up the anchor and to start letting your ship drift away. But your ship trying to move, and the anchor was keeping you stuck before. So Kathy and I are literally picking up on the exact same thing here. That is so freaking cool. I love when that happens. I also am being shown, as far as what's like trying to come in, is that there is like this new path of somebody who is actually emotionally available. I can like literally see this person coming out with their like riding in. They're like this knight. They've got their heart around their
right.
They're like this person that they're just coming right in with that full emotional connection, that awareness, that the emotion that you really do need. So Kathy really hit on every single point exactly as I was picking up on it. So this really is the time to make sure that you're not rooted, in that past relationship, that past toxicity. Toxic connections can be so hard to break because we're just so used to it, and they pull at us, they pull at our emotions, they pull at our feelings, they pull at our sense of compassion, and they can easily keep us locked in, especially for those of us who are more sensitive and who are more sensitively aware of emotional feelings, intangible feelings, etc. So this is the time to make sure you're really digging in deep. Now, I would go so far to say, make sure to do a release on the full moon as well, because the new moon really is more about planning.
Really good.
It's more about planning and putting those, in the things that you want to manifest. Whereas the full moon is all about letting stuff go. It's when you do it on the new moon, think about it. The new moon, it starts as nothing there, and then you get the crescent, and then it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So you can watch what you're planting grow. Yeah. And with the full moon, it starts to wane and take away and dwindle. So make sure you kind of work with it in that way. And especially being Cancer, the moon is your planet, is Cancer's planet. So working with it is going to be absolutely primo. So make sure, when you do this, again, that you do your release again on this full moon that is coming up. But you're in beautiful alignment, babe. You've got it right now. So make sure you just move that anchor.
I just wanted to confirm here. So we did receive another donation from Andrea.
Okay, I've got Andrea here on the list.
For donations?
Yes, I put Andrea up on the donation. She did mention that in the chat.
There's also one coming in from a Rachel. I'm not sure if I'm seeing a Rachel. Sorry, I just want to make sure, because we don't want to miss anybody.
Yeah.
Do we have a Rachel?
Okay, so we've got Sophia up next. Sophia, make sure you're with us. Will, Geneva, Jenny, Andrea, and if there is a Rachel somewhere in the chat, make sure you put your name so I know it's you. Oh, that's from Andrea.
Oh, that's from Andrea. Okay, thank you so much, Andrea. Okay, we appreciate it. We just didn't want to skip over anybody or anything like that. So, I truly hope that helped, Allison. Thank you so much.
All right, Sophia's here.
Hey, Sophia. Okay. What is Sophia's question? I'm just going to let you guys know, when Brandon reads Sophia's question, I'm going to tap into it. But when Brandon is talking, I really have to run to the bathroom. So I'm going to, if you see me take off for a second, I'm coming right back. Don't panic. All right.
Okay. So Sophia is Sagittarius Sun, Taurus rising. Thanks for that fun little addition there. I'm interested in a Taurus Sun, and we've been talking for a while. I have a plan to visit him this year. Just want to know, how will it go? How will he feel about us?
Okay. So I do see you. I do see you seeing him. I do see the travel coming through here. It feels like this is the travel feels like stable energy. So when I get things, sometimes it comes in as stable or static. Okay, static can mean that there's like, you know, like it might not always, you know, come through. This does feel like a stable connection in regards to the travel. I mean, there's always free will, so you could always change your mind if that's what you decided to do, but I don't feel that you need to do that. What I'm getting here with this person, I feel like the first few days there's going to be some, it does feel a little bit awkward. It does feel a little bit, can I ask, Sophia, are you going to someplace that's going to be really hot or warm? It's actually at the the 1 hour mark. 1 hour mark. For Denise. Sorry. Denise, your reading starts just before the 1 hour mark, I think.
I had a feeling that something was going on. That's why I wanted to make a mental note of where her reading was.
Yeah. Sophia, did you are you going somewhere warm? Because I keep feeling like really warm energy. Like it feels like the location or a location. Oh, she's going to Dubai. From Dubai to New York. Oh, okay. That's so you live in Dubai. Okay, that makes sense. Because I just kept feeling like really hot, you know. Okay. No, I don't mean desert exactly. It just felt really hot. Like I felt like you were someplace that was really like either you were going to or that you were in a place that just felt really hot. Nothing to do with the desert. I didn't feel that. It just felt hot. Okay. So I do feel at first we're going for together first. Oh, beautiful. This is going to go really well, actually. I feel a lot of teamwork happening here. I do feel the first little bit might be a little awkward just simply because you guys are getting to know each other. You know, it's going to be that not awkward, like where you guys are weird with each other, just a little bit of getting to know each other in that personal level. But I feel a lot of, I really want to say partnership, connection is really coming through. When I say the word teamwork, I do not mean this just in a work atmosphere. This is a teamwork of two souls wanting to work together somehow. You know, it just feels like somehow wanting to work together moving forward is what I keep getting. You were in a training. You were together. Okay. So have you guys met in person? Because it feels like there's an awkward energy coming through here. Again, just for a couple of days. Is this the first time you guys have met? Like maybe that's where I'm. But I still feel this. I don't think that matters. You've met in person. Okay. So the first couple of days, it just feels like, oh, and she understands the awkwardness though. Okay. So it's just the first couple of days. It's just a matter of kind of like, yeah, I just feel like you guys are both so connected and so strong with each other that sometimes that can give off a little bit of awkwardness, you know, like do I do this? Should I do this? Like I want to create this. I want to have this. I want to have this partnership. I keep hearing the word teamwork. I don't feel that this is connected to work, as I had said. I mean, it might have something to do with work, but I'm really getting teamwork in as far as working with each other to create the partnership, the union. It feels like, okay, here's an interesting thing I keep hearing too. Dreams, something to do with dreams. I don't know if you're dreaming of him, he's dreaming of you, but it almost feels like there's communication within the dream state. I keep hearing 5D energy that's coming through. There's a lot of connection within that 5D. So, you know, again, this could possibly be dream state. This is going to be a good trip. This is going to be a good trip. Thank you so much for watching, Cathryn. We appreciate it. Sorry, Sophia, I just wanted to say goodbye to Cathryn. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be a good trip for you. It's going to go well. Again, the first couple of days might be a little bit like that. But after that, you guys click. And it's interesting because it's almost like click, 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 like coming together, like building blocks, like clicks. And I feel like from there, your guys are going to be starting to build some sort of future. So I hope that helps. And thank you, Zeneb. We got you on the list, I believe.
I just said, you know the drill. You know what to do. Name, zodiac, question, which I believe I know most of that anyways. Okay. So, Sophia, when I'm looking at the energy here with you and Mr. Taurus, there definitely has this clear feeling of comfortability right away between the two of you. But it feels like there's a little bit of friction in that, in this whole starting something new, and there might be a little bit of reluctance, or there might be a little bit of hot and cold energy, not fully certain. So when I'm looking at Taurus here, Mr. Taurus, and his thoughts, his feelings towards you, it does feel that there is this sort of slow, it's hard to describe the approach because it's not sneaky, but it's also very like very water-like. Water kind of moves around forms and figures, but it sits within its basins. So it's just all it's detailing is just a cautiousness and an awareness. It does not feel negative in the slightest. It just feels like this getting to know one another period. Like Kathy was saying, that sort of awkwardness of things. But when I'm looking at where his feelings are, Spirit keeps showing me that there is, all of this is moving into a growth of things being really rooted down, really being connected, really opening you both up to something even deeper. It is taking that energy into, he's taking that energy into consideration, like, oh, okay, this really could be something that really gets solid and steady. When I ask about the intentions here, what I'm showing is that there does seem to be this, I need to uncover why it feels like I can't get this person off of my mind. That's where I feel like his intentions are right now, is coming to understand, I don't know why I feel so connected, but I know that it just keeps coming up over and over and over again. I know that I feel drawn to this person in a mental and physical way. So it does seem to have, different levels of connection that he's feeling on his end here. So again, the energy of that, the friction or that tension, again, it's not anything that's negative. It's just the sort of the awkwardness of it. And like you said, you already know what that is. And Kathy was picking up on that as well. Now, specifically when I ask about the visit that is coming up, ooh, my goodness, I feel this is going to be bright. It feels dreamy. It feels very daydreamy. It has this, this very, how do I describe this? It's like this sparkly kind of energy. Okay, so I want you to imagine, everybody we all know these Snapchat filters and all these photo filters, right? And they're the ones that have those little sparkles of the diamonds that come around. That's like the image I keep seeing, which keeps denoting this energy of things just being like this mystical, dreamy, kind of magical energy. So this visit that you're going to have really feels like it's going to be beautiful. It feels romantic. It feels high energy. It feels like this moment that just fits. It almost has like a movie-like quality to it. So make sure, you do all your things. Make sure you look good for your pictures that you're going to take, because take plenty of pictures. It just feels like that's going to be something important. Get your eyebrows done if you need, whatever it is you do. Make sure you feel in good energy in yourself and those good spirits, because it's going to be a really beautiful time. So prepare to have a beautiful visit.
Absolutely. And it's going to be just get over the first few days. After that, don't panic about, anything. You're going to see it really happen. So I'm excited for you. All right. Who is next? I hope that's helped, Sophia. I hope it kind of gave you some clarity, because it looks really good. Really good. You're so welcome.
It's the best way I can describe it. It's how I was seeing it. You know, you gotta convey the information however you see it. All right, Will is up next, and we've got our Geneva, Jenny, and Andrea here. So let's try to get through. Will is wondering, as Taurus, of course, is my current job, is that where I need to be at, or is there another job coming my way?
Okay. You know, it's interesting, Will. I feel a really a very strong, renewed energy in you. It almost feels like you feel more alive than you did in the past. That probably sounds horrible, not like you were dead, but it just feels like you have a renewed energy coming through. It is what I keep getting. It's almost like this energy of feeling excited about waking up, or you're not hating waking up in the morning. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm getting up. I'm going to go do my thing. Like it's a new energy of revival, new energy of rejuvenation that's in you right now. I feel like where you are right now is good. Okay. But I feel like this is just a stepping stone for something else. Like I feel like something else is going to come through. I'm actually hearing, Will, that this is going to be on your timeline. So it feels like once you've learned what it is that you need to learn from this particular job or this particular where you are right now. Do you want to tell us what it is that you're doing? I'm kind of curious, just for my own curiosity, I guess. But what I'm getting here is that this is perfect for you right now, but there is something else coming. I don't feel like you being here forever and ever and ever and ever or anything like that. Again, it's going to be on your timeline, I guess is the best way to say it. It's like when you have learned what it is that you need to learn, you're going to be advancing up, and it almost feels like you're going to start looking for something else, but not in a place of being frustrated or angry, or because you've lost your job, like there's no negative energy attached to it. It literally feels like, okay, I have expanded, I've evolved, and I'm ready for the next step of where that's going to take me. And then that's when you take that next step forward. It may possibly be with the same, company or something like that. But what I'm getting here is that it's going to be your choice to, again, evolve. It's not going to be a forced issue of evolution. It's going to be because you're ready and that it's time for that next step. And I feel like through whatever it is that you're doing at this particular moment, there's going to be a lot of learning. So allow yourself to learn whatever it is that you can learn from this. I feel like there's people, I don't know if there's actual people around you. I don't know exactly what you're doing, but it feels like there's a mentor there somewhere. I keep getting a mentor. I don't know if it's particularly at the job, or if it will come through because of the job, or it could be because you're open to receiving a mentor from somewhere else. But it feels like a mentor coming through. It does feel male. Okay. It does feel like an older male, and it feels as though somebody that could be coming through to help you on the next step of the journey. I don't know exactly when this person is going to come through, but I feel like as soon as you're in a place of allowing for this to appear, they will come in. And they're going to really teach you a lot. There's going to be a lot. I almost want to say this is going to be like a Karate Kid kind of situation, Like it almost feels like you might get frustrated with the mentor, you know, in some way, because maybe they'll do a lot of, you know, wax on, wax off type of crap. But it's teaching you. There's something that this person has to teach you, Will, is what I keep getting. And it really feels like, again, I don't know if it's through the job or if it's going to be, you know, somebody external that just comes through in some way. But that's what I keep getting. So it feels as though this job right now that you're doing is good for you, is perfect for you. So I'm just going to
real quick here.
I'm so glad to hear this, Denise. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, don't even gotta be present. We're still picking up on everything. But you need to be present. Don't. That's not a good example. Be here with us so we can banter, interact back and forth.
Okay, no, you're going to be advancing from that for sure. It literally feels like you're going to learn the things that you need to learn. You know, it's interesting, Will, because I actually had said that you may end up staying within that, you know, within this company. And it feels like this is something that, you know, if you like restaurant work, like I could see you managing the restaurant, maybe even possibly buying a restaurant, taking it over, doing something within that, or taking the skills that you're learning, even though it's at the bottom at the moment, or, you know, doing what it is that you're doing at the moment. It may feel like to you, maybe you're feeling like I'm at the bottom or I'm doing this. Remember that each job is very important, but each learning lesson that you're going through at the moment is going to be super important. And it really feels like where you are right now, it's bringing in something, even if you can't quite see it, but I see an advancement coming through. You hate restaurant work. That's okay. Mm-hmm. You know what? Restaurant work, though, teaches you so many skills, no matter where you are within the restaurant. I was in the restaurant business for 25 years. I went from busboy all the way up to management, you know, and I managed, you know, for years, bartending, you know, the whole bit. Like I ran every gamut in, you know, within the restaurant. I didn't do much in the kitchen though, because I was annoying probably. So they put me out on the floor. But I had to do, you know, as a restaurant manager, damn rights I did those dishes, because that's what you have to do. You know, you do everything when you're a manager, everything from cleaning the toilet to, you know, dishing out thousands of dollars from a VLT. Like, I mean, you know, you've got everything in there, but it does teach you those skills. And that's exactly what I feel like is you're going to learn those skills. So,
yeah, that's actually the biggest thing that I wanted to just highlight here. I know we got to keep moving on. It's all about what is coming as far as the learning, because I keep being shown learning as well. I keep being shown a mentor. I keep being shown somebody coming in, definitely kind of showing you the ropes of things. It perhaps could even be, Will, somebody who is linked to restaurant work. It could be a distributor of some kind, and somebody who is connected. So I think it could be different types. Just be open to where you are. I think even if you went to a different job, it would be the same kind of energy that I think you're running into. So even if it was like a different restaurant, a different place, whatever, I think staying where you are right now, as long as you have that job security, is okay. But please believe that when the opportunity comes for you to start learning about something new, that's the one you need to take right away. That is absolutely the one. It's tiring. Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm being shown about your current job, is that it does have a sense of draining. It makes you feel like you just want to shut down at the end of the day, not even want to communicate anymore. And I keep being shown if you go to somewhere else, you know, it's going to take away that sense of like childlike fun where you just want to be, you know, you're really enjoying life and yourself, etc. I do still feel that there is, even for you, a sort of tower moment that will come up as far as your work, where you're just like, okay, I am totally fed up with this. And it's like, at that moment, I feel is going to be key. Don't let those moments get away from you. You really need to make sure you're paying attention to the signs and the people that are approaching you. I feel like it even could be somebody who comes into the restaurant you just happen to run into, and they're like, oh my gosh, what a wise young man. I need to like connect with this person and bring them over here. So it feels really important to pay attention to that. There is somebody who is going to be willing to mentor you, to take you under their wings, so to speak, and to teach you about things and put into wherever they are. And it feels like it could be, again, something associated with restaurant, but like I said, it could be even just connected, some kind of distributor, some kind of other ends that is still connected to it. So just, I think being where you are right now is positive. I think it's a good thing. Don't cut that off before you get your opportunity, because I do feel your next opportunity comes from where you are now.
Yeah. Just give it a little bit. I mean, it's not where you're supposed to be forever, but you're going to learn the what it is that you need to learn to take you to the next step. So, okay, guys, we're going to have to just kind of move forward. I have to, unfortunately, I have, we have respite care for my father because he's got some severe dementia, and I have to be at a certain place at a particular time. So we've probably got just about 20 minutes. So please, no more donations. We can't take any more. But we're going to just try. And anybody who has subscribed and we couldn't get to you guys today, we apologize. Please, again, you can get a private reading with us if you like, or you can just come next week. We will try to get you on the list. We'll try to even work that in. Thank you so much, Brittany. We appreciate it. Who is next?
Okay, next up is going to be Geneva. Are you with us? Geneva, then it will be Jenny, Andrea, and Zainab. If you could, please post your question so I can put you on our list, and you will be our last one up here.
Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. It's just that if somebody isn't there to let go of the respite care, that we could end up losing the respite care, and we really need it. So we truly appreciate it. Okay, who is next, and what did they ask?
Geneva, Gemini, can you tell me what next week looks like for me? Any good or bad coming my way?
Oh, okay. Okay, so Geneva, what I'm hearing right away is I keep seeing the Wheel of Fortune within the tarot. So one of the things that the Wheel of Fortune really talks about is when we're in a place of feeling overconfident, the wheel reminds us that, sometimes negative things can come. But at the same time, when we're in a place of being negative, the wheel reminds us that positive things are to follow. So what I'm getting with that energy is it feels as though something is going to come through. Now, I'm getting some conflicting energy here. It could come in to begin with as positive. It may come in a little bit like where you're going, I don't know how this is going to work out. I feel more like that, that you're not 100% sure about how something is going to happen. Because what I keep hearing, so the first thing I'm actually getting for you is almost like the surrounding of your guides, your angels coming through. So what they're telling me here, or the energy that I get from this surrounding energy of them coming in, is it's like a reassurance of don't allow yourself to spiral into a place of negativity because of something. It may feel as though you're feeling a little bit blocked, or maybe something isn't quite appearing the way that it's supposed to go, or that you might get a little bit confused about the energy. What they're saying is just have this faith that things are going to be okay, that they're going to really switch out. Again, that Wheel of Fortune. Usually the Wheel of Fortune represents very positive energy within the tarot. Okay. But it's that reminder to stay within that mind frame. If we look at one negative thing and we allow ourselves to spiral into a place of, oh my God, not everything's working out the way it's supposed to, I'm going to start to panic. I'm going to start to, really freak out about this energy. That's where that wheel can get stalled. And so getting here is, again, don't focus in on that. Just allow it to move forward. Allow it to flow. Everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out, and it will be positive.
Yeah, this I do feel it turning into a positive thing, but I do feel that there is a moment where it does seem to, something comes to a sense of conflict. And what Spirit keeps showing me is that you have the decision to react or to remain stoic. And obviously I feel like you need to side more with being stoic and being strong and sort of waiting out whatever is trying to come at you, whether it doesn't feel like a personal attack, but it may be interpreted that way, because Spirit just keeps showing me that you really have to be firm and strong in your energy right now. It's as if somebody's going to try and drain you of yourself, or maybe even your own resources. So that's why you just got to be stable, because this person, whoever that is, or this moment, whatever it is, it has no consideration about you. It's just about their own self gratification, whatever they're trying to get. Again, this could be a person, this could be an entity, a company, or what have you. So you just need to be strong, and you just kind of need to have like this arms crossed. Okay, I'll wait. Kind of vibe. You got to be stoic. You got to be in that good space. Do not let them pull your energy around. Do not let them move you where they want to. You know what is right. You know what is just. And you need to stay firm in that. This is a test on you being very, very firm in that. So keep that energy, because if you react, you're going to lose resources. You're going to lose your sense of your own connections. And honestly, you might even lose a part, or feel as if you kind of lost a part of yourself. So just remain calm. This is absolutely going to pass. Just be prepared. And I'm glad you came today, because that we could tell you this, so you could be prepared for it.
And I hope that helped. I hope it helped. And thank you so much for everything, I hope I gave you some clarity. So I believe Jenny is next. You know what? It is hard, but honestly, you'll get through it. You will get through it, Geneva. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Meditate, dartboards are always good. Do something to work out the frustration, but don't take it internally. Okay.
Yes. Do not internalize it. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. It's all on them.
Okay.
Okay. Jenny, hey guys, awesome. Jenny, Sagittarius, obviously. General reading, please. But I'd like to also ask if you guys know if that loan will go directly to me or to George. I wanted to use it to leave this place instead of staying here. I can't possibly stand his energy anymore.
Okay. So I'm getting here that you're going to have in some way, I can't particularly tell you if it's going to be under your name or his name, or I just keep feeling that there is going to be access to it for you. Okay. I do feel that. And you know what, Jenny, I'm going to tell you something. I really feel your next move away from the situation is something that you've been, it's like you're literally in this place of I'm free. Like you're just like, whoa, okay, I'm ready to move forward. And man, is that ever strong, and it is such a weight off of your shoulders in some way. I really feel this coming through. I feel like, and you know the interesting thing, Jenny, is you've been wanting this for a while, but I do feel that there is this fear of fully absorbing it, simply because of the fact that there's some guilt, maybe lack of, the funds to be able to do so. But it's almost this point now where that energy is like this. I just feel like you're You're done, you know, and I do feel that you're going to have some sort of, in some way, you are going to have access to those funds. Like, you're going to be able to do what you need to do.
Yep.
Okay. So
100%.
yeah, I don't think we have time for just a general reading. I think that's going to be the main message here, you know, coming from me, just simply because we have a couple more and I do have to get going, you know, fairly soon. But I think that that's good. And it literally feels like this weight just literally dropping off the minute you make that movement forward. So
that's so interesting. Again, I'm very much we are in great alignment today, but we usually always are, Cathryn.
Yeah, right. We are.
But I'm showing the same thing. You know, the money, it might not directly come right to you, but that is nothing to worry about at all. Trust me, it is. I'm looking at both you and at George here. It might go more so directly to George, but with George, I'm seeing an actual detachment from all of that, all the process, all of it. It's like you're getting yours. You're 100% getting yours. Spirit keeps showing me that there is a difficulty, there is stress, there is this feeling of like, oh my gosh, I've lost it all. Like, I'm going to be trapped. I'm going to be stuck forever. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's like this path switches, and Spirit keeps showing me your heart just beaming, feeling this sense of freedom, feeling this new change, shift, course of direction. It's like, I would not worry about this, honestly. You will. I know you will. But just maybe have these voices in the back of your mind be like, you know, they said not to worry about it. So I'm actually just going to trust that right now, even though I'm pissed off, trapped, feeling stuck, frustrated. I cannot take this anymore. But I remember them saying this. So maybe there's a part of me that trusts this, because it will be that way. There's this release and this disconnect that I feel with George. Spirit keeps showing me of the parting of the way with whatever that flow that came in. It transitioned. So you're taken care of. This is going to be okay.
You'll be okay.
It will.
Yeah, I do feel that, you know, it again, it's just that weight literally dropping off of your shoulder that you will feel. And I hope that that's helped, hun.
You got this. So when you're in the thick of it, that's your indication that, oh, I guess that release and that is coming. Perfect.
Awesome. Who is next?
All right. Andrea is up next. And Zainab, I still don't have your question, love. We're going to have to go very, very quickly. If we don't have your question, we might miss you, because Kathy barely has 5 minutes left. So yeah,
we've got just a couple minutes here. So who is next,
Andrea, sir? Are you with us, Andrea? Andrea, as the Devil Wears Prada would say.
We might just have to do it and she can read it later. So did she give you her question?
Andrea, there she is.
Oh, okay, perfect.
She hopes we are well. We are. Thank you, love. I just wanted to know the update on the connection between me and Greg. Both of them are Pisces.
Are you guys in communication? I do feel communication between the two of you. I don't know if this is right now or if this is upcoming energy. It does feel like there is a communication between the two of you. It just feels, oh, I'm hearing opening of the heart. Ooh, that's interesting. This might be upcoming. Okay, Andrea? Okay, no, you're not. Okay, because it's showing me that there is a communication coming through, and I'm literally getting it. It's like both of you in this. You know what? I almost feel like, even though you're not in communication at this moment, I really feel, because of the fact is that you both have this Pisces energy. You're very connected. You both are very empathic, very psychic. And I feel like when you place out that love energy towards him, or that energy of good, that positive energy, he will feel it. He will understand it. He will come forward with it. You're gonna have to be very careful, though, that you're not also like blah 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 blah. Like,
Yes,
right?
That's huge.
Yeah, like you're gonna have to be in that pot. Like, this is what I think about you in a positive, beautiful way. This is what I admired. This is what I really like about you. These are some things we could change, but not in a beep, 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 beep. type of way. That's going to be very important. But what I really feel here is that this communication happening, I feel like this could be September. Okay. I don't know if it will be this month. Just because I'm hearing September. It may come in this month, but I'm hearing September. And it does feel as though there's a very strong opening of the hearts where you both are going to be expressing a lot of the emotions that you have towards each other. And it feels like a real big sit down and really communicating. Again, you're going to have to make sure, whether it's in person or through spirit, that you don't get into this place of, where we're blame or anything like that. It's not about that. This is very much that opening heart energy that that's going to bring you to the next freaking level. Beautiful energy, just beautiful energy. So I hope that's helped, Andrea. I really feel right now, even if it's just a matter of talking to him through spirit, that may make a difference.
That I do feel would make a difference. That's the first thing I'm actually being shown, is that there is some kind of change in communication coming up here. But they're also showing me that it is due to his growth. I do feel like there is this elimination of ego. And again, feeling that opening of the heart is actually happening right in line, which I just love, of course. I'm looking at him, I'm looking at Greg, and it right away, Spirit keeps showing me that there is just this clear energy of transition. It really feels like it's happening now. But here's the thing with Greg, is that it's as if he internalized. See, yes, I feel it, but he never expressed it. He internalizes all of this. He doesn't bring you in on the process. And mostly it's because I feel like he has no idea how to communicate this. He doesn't know how to communicate what's going on because it's happening to him on multiple levels. So this process is absolutely happening. I do feel like I feel Kathy is pretty spot on here with the timing. You may see some experience some energy here in August, but this is mostly that spiritual energy that Kathy was saying as well. There's an abundance of it happening right now. September is like when these bridges are like, it's like you're talking at a distance. And then I feel like over the next couple months, it's just going to start dwindling and it just keeps drawing closer. You have to be patient with this. You absolutely have to be patient with this, because not only is Greg learning what is going on with himself and how to open himself up, he's not also learning how to communicate all of this. And then on top of that, he's learning how to be able to relate it back and forth. There's a lot going on. That's a lot for somebody to do, especially who's not well versed in that area. And as Pisces, you just feel bombardments of everything all around you. So you have to be patient. You absolutely have to be patient in this process. He is learning. He is transitioning. It is just taking time, and he's doing so much at once. You absolutely just be calm, be patient with each other, kind of maintain that communication in spirit if you absolutely can. It does happen. I see it myself. I experience it myself. So I know that it does happen. Those moments come up. So keep that in mind. Just be patient.
Yeah. I hope that's helped, Andrea, because it does. It feels very, very good. Again, it may not be till September, but that's okay. You can still work through it with spirit. And I really feel like both of you are very connected here.
Because your connection is lived through there. It's a high spiritual, high frequency energy connection. So you have to work with spirit to do it. It's like the beautiful wraparound of it. It's amazing.
Yeah. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Who is our last one? I believe this is the last one that we can.
Zainab,
and guys, again, I truly apologize that we can't get into, the lottery today. We just did not have the time.
Maybe we'll just do a special show for tomorrow.
We might just do the special show or something like that. Yeah,
we can do a special show in the next couple of days. You have to be subscribed, because we might just do a special show for you guys just for lottery. So make sure you're subscribed so you'll know when we're doing it on, and I'll just keep all of your questions.
We might even be able to do it Sunday.
Yeah, might be
instead of our other show. Maybe
I'll have to check my calendar, but we might be able to. We'll see.
Just keep watching. If you're subscribed, you get the notification, right? So
Zainab, we need your question. I don't have your question, Zainab.
Okay. So
question.
We may have to do Zainab first next week. I will send her a message though. Zainab, if you are watching, I will send you a message through your email if you want me to, reverse the funds or just keep it so that we'll have you first for next week or for our next show. We can do that as well, just simply because we do need your question, and we always ask for, name, birthday, or your birth sign, and obviously
she's out of time.
Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Oh, she's there. Okay. Zainab, what is your question very, very quickly, because I do have to go.
Usman want to reconcile.
What's that?
What are the zodiacs, Zainab? I cannot remember. I think Zainab might be Scorpio, but I don't remember. I do not remember. He's a Libra. She's Gemini. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Does he want to reconcile? You know what? I keep hearing something about 3 weeks. And I don't know why exactly the first thing I heard was about 3 weeks. And I don't know exactly what that has to do with. I don't know if that has to do with a birthday, anniversary, special occasion. It may be when he's coming through or where you're receiving some sort of contact. I do feel an eventual reconciliation happening here. However, do not chase this man at all. This is going to be super important. And I'm going to tell you, and when I mean chase is, a lot of people get confused with the word chase. Do not message him. Do not call him. Try to, do not participate your energy toward him in any way. Let him, it has to be 100% him that takes that step towards you. And I'll tell you why, is because it has to be him that's in a place of being solid. Okay. I do feel a reconciliation happening, but I do feel he's in this energy of, I don't know yet. It's like a little bit of back and forth here. Although I do get that that's more in his head than it is in his heart. What I'm feeling from his heart, that he does want a reconciliation. Okay. He does want to come forward or say something to you. I do get this energy, but it feels as though there's an unbalance within the head, meaning that he's do I, don't I, do I, don't I. It's kind of all over the place at this moment. I feel like he's really distracted by other things at the moment too. I don't mean other people, but it could be work. It could be family. It feels like, it's something else that is, and he cut me off cold turkey. Okay. Yeah. You know what? His heart is still there. So just allow this to happen, but do not chase him in any way. Do not do anything, because I do feel him coming forward. It may take about 3 weeks. That's why I'm hearing the 3 weeks, and that would be 3 weeks from now. Okay. Possibly, or, around that time period. Remember, timelines can be, like that. But this is what I'm getting. So I know you're sad, but allow this to happen.
I'll confirm here, I'm looking at the energy between the two of you. Spirit shows me there's childlike or immature behavior that have led to a little bit of a distance, but the hearts are still connected. They are showing me that even though the hearts are distant, they are still connected. I'm looking specifically at Usman's intentions here. And what Spirit keeps showing me is there's this come to Jesus moment. I don't know if you know that term, this come to terms moment with the self, where it's I'm looking at my heart, I'm looking at my motivation. And there is this just gnawing feeling that I feel in Usman, where he's oh my gosh, there just has to be communication. Trust me, you two not talking is not feeling good for him. It's definitely taking its toll on him as well, but he needs to come to the realization of what he's done. He needs to understand his core principles and his morals in this, and he needs to know where he, had his own wrongs. And that's why Kathy is telling you, do not chase him, because without that realization, all of this is just going to
keep in that same circle and that same pattern, you're going to end up getting into this little rut. You have to be distant. You need to be firm in your stance. This is exactly what Spirit is showing me. Be firm in where you are. Hold firm to your roots, because he's going to acquiesce. He's going to come to understand, okay, this is where I messed up.
Yeah.
I understand now. I understand why you're not talking to me now. So make sure, like Kathy said, do not chase him. You have to remain firm right now. But I do feel that connection is still there. I do feel he's going to come back. Yes.
So guys, thank you so very much for watching. Again, remember to stay subscribed. We will try to do another show in the next, 2 or 3 days here as soon as we possibly can. We appreciate you so much for watching. If you want a reading with Brandon, you can contact him at thedreamteacher.com, or you can contact me either through my social media at Oracle Intuitions or through Oracle Intuitions 1111@gmail.com. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Many blessings to all of you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.